The 1985 men's soccer team began the season with a few question marks. The year before, the Bobcats had captured the NAIA championship in dramatic fashion with a win over Fresno Pacific. 7 seniors had graduated from the 1984 team, and the 1985 team only had 2 seniors, Todd Lenhart and Stephen Payne. Make no mistake though, this team had talent and one of the greatest soccer coaches in the nation. They marched through the regular season with impressive wins over the University of Cincinnati, Liberty University, Northern Kentucky, West Virginia University, and all WVIAC opponents to capture the regular season championship. Their losses were few, but one was memorable, a 2-1 heartbreaking loss to NC2A powerhouse North Carolina. The Bobcats marched through the postseason, winning the WVIAC with a 2-0 victory over Wheeling and a 4-0 shellacking over Alderson Broaddus. Their next stop was the NAIA Regionals, a 2-0 win over Catawba. They opened the NAIA tournament with a 7-0 win over Midwestern State and followed that with a hard-fought, nail-biting 1-0 victory over Warner Pacific. In the semifinals, they defeated Boca Raton 3-0, setting the stage for another dramatic rematch with Fresno Pacific. In '84, it took 2 overtimes. In 1985, it took 4 overtimes. But Wesleyan was again crowned champion after defeating Fresno 4-3. Wesleyan ended the season with a 13-game winning streak and 16 shutouts. They outscored the opponents 78-17 and finished the season with a 21-3-1 record. The team had 4 All-Americans: Derrick Leeson, Thomas McLean, Mario Garcia, and Paul Willis, all who are in the Hall of Fame. This group, along with Darren Darwin, was also named to the All-WVIAC team. What I remember about this team was the way they came together so quickly, said Tom Martin. The 1985 team had a lot to live up to after we won the title in '84. We had great underclass leadership and a strong sense of a soccer family with a drive to win the title again. I knew we had a talented team, but getting them on the same page was the biggest reward. At the end, my job was to make sure they were on time and do the driving. They did the rest and set the tone for Wesleyan soccer for the next decade. Team members include head coach Tom Martin, assistant coach Andrew Gillian, assistant coach Leslie Farr, and players Mike Cuthill, Robert Dunneworth, Darren Darwin, Robert Daring, William Elker, George Flukes, Mario Garcia, Torgeir Gustafson, Heath Hamilton, Kenneth Henry, Henry Largy, team captain Derrick Leeson, Delroy Lewis, Thomas McLean, William North, Adam Oberkirker, Lester Paris, Stephen Payne, Jacqueline Charles Pierre, Courtney Rattray, Tad Taft, Paul Willis, and Darren Weibel. Todd, did I remember you? Todd Leonard. I did that on purpose, Todd. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to present to you the next group to be inducted into the Wesleyan Hall of Fame, the 1985 NAIA champion men's soccer team.
Okay. Yeah, we're tight. Get tight. A little bit tight.
The voting is yours.
Need some of that stuff they're advertising on TV. There we go. If you haven't figured out yet, I'm Tom Martin. This is a roast, and Bob is all over my stuff tonight. And I don't know why, when I student taught both Jeff and Bob, I was only 9 years old. That's a joke. But seriously, it's great to be back here. I've said it before, and I don't want to be too redundant to what I said this afternoon. And I please do not want to step on any toes, but I meant what I said this afternoon when I said I sincerely had the best feelings of my life with clothes on through Wesleyan soccer. I did. And it's due to people like this. We've all heard in sports that coaches are only as good as their players. And soccer is a prime example. It's a player's game. It's not my game. I don't have timeouts. I don't have innings. When the wheels come off, all I can do is head to the bus or the vans. Players have to make those decisions. I was blessed with very, very good players. And I was blessed with a very, very extensive support system. It was all about us, not me, not any one of those guys. It was a we philosophy, and the community was part of it. The support was undying, and I can remember games at AB when half the school would show up at AB, and classes were delayed and until the next day. And I was not the one that made that administrative decision. But it was all about we. If we needed extra money to get to California, it turned up within the rules. The university and the community made it happen. And I've been for over 20 years now at that other level, which they call the top level in America. It was a heck of a lot better here. Trust me. The camaraderie, the level of play, the support that we had, and the job that these guys did made me look good. Now, it wasn't all roses, believe me. We traveled in vans, the brown bomber and the gray ghost. And sometimes they broke down. And sometimes, most of the time, the players refused to ride with me. They wanted to go with one of the assistant coaches or one of the managers. I managed to get them there, but it wasn't always, well, let's put it this way. At that time, there was no smooth ride to Morgantown, and still there's no smooth ride to Philippi. It just isn't in the cards. It's a good ride to Elkins now, but that's probably about the simplest trip. But we talk about a lot of things in sports, and again, I don't want to be redundant from this morning, but this team, in my opinion, was all about character.